In Algebra 2, section 6.2, we're dealing with operations with polynomials. And for this section, we're going to deal with the easier ones, and that's subtraction, adding, and just slight multiplying. Adding, subtracting, and multiplying. But the next few sections we're dealing with dividing. That's when it gets a little difficult. So this one should be just a little bit of review with some new things. When I am adding or subtracting two equations, I can easily get rid of the parentheses by taking whatever this is and distributing it to the second one. So I can bring this down. Okay? Then I can take this and distribute it. So negative a cubed. This would be positive 3a, negative 2. And now, because I've already distributed, I no longer need parentheses. I can just combine like terms and then simplify. Okay? Because there's no equal sign, I can't actually solve. I'm just simplifying. Please make sure if it's positive, all of the signs will stay the same. If it's negative, the signs will change. But no matter what, distribute that middle one in order to get distribute either the plus or minus in the middle in order to get rid of the fraction. From there, then I'm just going to combine like terms. And by like terms, I'm going to look at the variables. The first one is a to the cubed. So I'm going to scan for another a to the cube. This is another one. This is negative 1a to the cube. So 2 minus 1a to the cube gives me 1a cubed, or you can just put a cubed. Okay? The next one I have is 5a. I'm going to scan for just a. This is 3. So 5 plus 3 is positive 8a. If it's negative, I do subtraction. If it's positive, I do addition. And then negative 7 and negative 2 gives me a negative 9. So this, in fact, would be my answer. You don't have to have the 1 there, but that would be my answer for this one. Right? The next one is a little more complicated, so go ahead and write this down. Do your vocabulary, if there is any. And then we're going to do one more. It's a little bit more complicated. Mainly because it doesn't have an addition or subtraction in it, and you can't just FOIL it out because this has more than one term. Okay? But it's very similar to the FOILing, and basically what FOILing tells you with two terms is that every term from this one you're going to multiply with this one. So the same concept that we're going to have. So basically I'm going to take every term. This is one term, two term. The terms are separated by plus or minus. And then I'm going to multiply it with that term. And that's how I get rid of the parentheses. So this again I apply because there's no plus or minus here. So I'm multiplying both of them. So here I have a squared. And I'm going to multiply it by a. And then a squared, positive a squared. And I'm going to multiply it by 2. Alright? My next one is 3. I'm going to do the same thing. It's positive 3a. I'm going to multiply it by a. And then positive 3a. I'm going to multiply it by 2. And finally, we have negative 4. Negative 4, I'm going to multiply it by a. And then negative 4, because these are all positive, so this plus, so I'm subtracting now. Negative 4, I'm going to multiply it by positive 2. So, once you get this, and these parentheses are gone, then from here you just multiply and then simplify, and you're home free from there. But this, just make sure that every term here, you multiply with every term here. So it's basically FOILing in an expanded form. So from there, I'm going to multiply them out, and then I'm going to simplify like terms. I'm combining like terms to simplify. So a squared times a to the 1, and remember our properties from the first section, if they're the same base and I'm multiplying them together, right, I end up with, I add these together. So I end up with a to the 3rd. Okay? This one, they are not the same term, so I end up with 2a squared because I have to multiply them together. This one is a to the 1 and a to the 1, so I end up with 3a squared. This one is not, I can't multiply by a, but I can multiply it by 3. So 3 times 2 gives me a positive 6a. Don't forget that a. And then negative 4 and a, neither of them are like terms, so I can't combine them, so I end up with negative 4a. Negative 4 times 2 gives me negative 8. So from here, I'm going to combine like terms. The first one is a cubed. Do I have any more a cubed? It doesn't look like it, so I'm going to bring that down as a cubed. The next one is a squared. I have right here 2a squared plus 3a squared gives me 5a squared, positive 5a squared. And then this is 6a minus 4a gives me minus 2a. And then I have negative 8 left. So because these are not like terms and I can't simplify them anymore, this is my answer. Please keep in mind that I underlined. Do you see how I underlined? That lets me know that I used everything, because sometimes you might miss something, but if you underlined it, you know that you did it. Some of you guys might cross it out, that's fine. Whichever way, you can put a cute little star or a happy face, whatever way that floats your boat, but as long as you can visually tell yourself, okay, I've covered that, I've taken care of it. So make sure to go ahead and do that. So that's our last example. Try page 322, number 10, and I will see you in class.